Heyo, it's me, Lucky Bastard, and today I present to you my finest selection of Leyndell Knight Cosplay invasions from last month. So the cosplay looks like this. Obviously I look like the Leyendell Knight wearing the Leyendell Knight set, and I'm using only weapons that the Leyendell Knights are using, the Knight's Greatsword and the Partisan. And I also have the Great Bow and the Golden Great Shield, which I'm not using because it's just way too heavy for a build at level 50. The build is mostly a dex build because I'm also focused on lightning damage with the Ashes of War Lightning Slash and Thunderbolt. But I also have enough strength to be able to swap to the Great Bow without getting the prompt that I don't have enough strength to use it. And I'm also having enough faith to cast a couple of spells, including the Flame of Frenzy, because I'm not just a regular Leyendell Knight, I'm a frenzied Leyendell Knight. Yes, they exist in a specific region in the game. These guys are capable of casting Shabiri's Howl and also the Flame of Frenzy. So I'm using the Two Fingers Heirloom to boost my faith to the needed 16 and the Frenzied Flame Seal to cast those spells. Alright, now you know how the build works, so let's get into some clips. I'm sure everyone who has played this game for some while has experienced this exact fall in the Limgrave Crystal Tunnels. But in the past month during my cosplay invasions, I met a couple people who apparently like this very spot a lot. Also this guy, the Gravity Mage, who very ironically falls to gravity himself. But he's not the only guy in this invasion, he was just a summoned phantom. So there's the host and the other phantom, and I'm trying to give this Madness Spear guy a taste of his own medicine, but unfortunately the spear is stronger than the spell. And I just barely get away, certified lucky bastard moment. But I'm not out of the danger yet, he keeps spamming the rivers and the other guy his spike spear. And it's kind of a double lucky bastard moment. I'm again barely getting away. But now I decided to just run away for a short moment and trick them in the other direction. And then I lured them back to the same spot again with this weird little ladder. And I decided to push them off, and bam! The host, the only person who really matters, fell off after I pushed him. Then I invaded these guys and they were trying to get into Castle Redmane, and I kept shooting them from afar. And then suddenly the guy decided to just jump off the cliff. I'm not sure if he thought that he could survive that or if he just wanted to end this. So now we've seen people falling to their death, we've seen me use the Great Bow, now let's combine those two. Those guys were on the other side of the bridge and I tried to use my Great Bow with the Golem Arrows to snipe them off. Unfortunately it was not possible to shoot between those lines, but when he saw me, he decided to head back, which was a very bad decision. And I actually did not shoot him off, he just rolled off, trying to dodge my projectiles. I was pretty happy about that. Next up we have a stealth scenario. I was being super sneaky, hiding in those bushes, and the host seems to have actually not seen me. For whatever reason, they didn't pay attention I guess. And I not only backstabbed them, but also instantly finished them with the Thunderbolt, with a quick swap to the Partisan. And that's pretty much exactly what also happens in this clip. This guy just has no intention of saving his back. He doesn't look behind himself, even though both this guy and also the guy in the previous clip were solo hosting. And they do get a warning when an invader enters their world, and they should really pay attention to that. But it seems they weren't, and also this guy, after a short fight, trying to get away and heal, falls to the Thunderbolt, which is a very effective mid-range tool. And in this invasion, I'm up against one guy who is sword and boarding, which is kind of fair, but the other guy has a cross Naginata with the Blood Flame Blade buff. Another certified lucky bastard moment. And as you all know, one of the things that I respect the least is the Blood Flame Blade buff, because technically you can win a match without ever landing a hit, only with phantom hits if you use this buff, and that makes me pretty angry. So that was a certified angry bastard moment. I spammed the lightning there for a little. The next clip is an absolutely bizarre Elden Ring moment. This is the kind of stuff that you only get from a AAA title. I see those guys are in the boss room already, so I'm using the finger, and instead of teleporting me somewhere, it teleported me into the boss room together with those guys. So now I'm kind of boss room invading them. And if you look at my stamina bar, I'm not losing stamina. For some reason the game is kind of bugged in this state. I'm also not getting the riposte, but it doesn't matter. I make short process with the Phantom, but the host meanwhile just dies to Renala. Another weird Elden Ring moment. In this invasion, it's kind of a desync moment, I guess. This guy just gets guard broken from a couple meters away. And well, I'm just taking advantage of that. And the host, he was just fat rolling with his Bloodhound Fang. Almost makes me feel bad, I guess he was quite a beginner. In this clip we see a pretty insane long distance snipe. Can you even see this guy back there? I saw him, and not only saw him but also anticipated where he would run. Then I caught up to him. Previously I had already killed his Phantom and a blue, but this guy was pretty laggy, so he just got away. And then I finally had my fight 1v1 against him. But his lag also makes it so he will not land the parry. That's something. And so after a couple fruitless attempts, he falls. Well, gankers, they usually suck at 1v1s. In this clip we see a pretty insane snipe. I'm swapping to both archery talismans, the one that gives you more damage and the one that gives you more range, because this guy is very far away. And I'm shooting him not once, not twice, from up there. And the third time I hit him, wait for it, bam, I sniped him off the tower. That was insane. In this final clip I was approaching a rather unexpected sight. There was a co-invader in this world already, and he was kind of surrounded by those two statues, which are obviously guys in mimic veils, as you see right now. And maybe they were trying to get like 2v2s or something, but in the beginning they decided to just gank me. I was hoping to maybe get a 1v1, but I guess I blew the chance on that with my aggressive approach. But now for a moment one of the guys was holding back, and only the katana dude was really engaging. And so I used this moment and quickly took him out, so that I could focus on a 1v1 with the halberd guy. And so that's what I did. I fought this halberd guy 1v1, landed a couple nice jumping attacks and running attacks, but then I off-angled because I expected him to try to parry, which he actually did, just a few seconds after I expected him to do so. But yeah, I already almost got him. He used one of those Ashes of War that are pretty unbalanced right now, the Storm Assault. But it didn't save him. And so that's it. And during this entire fight, my co-invader was just standing there. I guess he was AFK for at least a couple minutes while he was invading. But anyway, that's it for my clip compilation of the cosplay as Leyendell Knight. I had a lot of fun with this build. I can only encourage everyone to try some funny cosplays and maybe try some off-meta setups and stuff that is just fun to play with. And even if it lowers your win rate, I guess for the fun it's definitely worth it. Alright, so thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. So see you next time, and have a good one. Bastard out.